All right, let's move on to reacts and see how the internet did react to the game yesterday, starting off with Johnny H saying, what are your thoughts on yesterday's penalty fiasco? Brennan Johnson chasing his first Spurs hat-trick, breaks free, and Wellington chops him down in the box. It's an obvious penalty, a great chance now to get his third, right? Nope. Porro takes the ball off him and gives it to the captain Romero, who gives it to Tell. WTF. The look on the poor kid's face when he realised he's not going to get his chance. What's Kuti thinking?
Well, Kuti, you can see on the video as well, Kuti does have a little word with Brennan just before the penalty, and he said, I think maybe Kuti recognising that Tell needs it more than Brennan right now as well. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe Tell is maybe there is a kind of designated list when it goes, probably goes Son, Solanke, maybe Tell. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know. But the way Tell took it, I have to say, that was a lot of composure. And I don't think Brennan would have taken it like that. He probably has I would have imagined he has a different technique. And I think Tell's composure in that position, that probably, I can understand him being maybe above Brennan in that aspect.
I don't know, but Brennan's a very good finisher in his own right.
Just because you're a good finisher doesn't make you a good penalty taker.
I don't see why Brennan wouldn't be a good penalty taker. There's nothing to suggest that he wouldn't.
Composure's different, very different. I'm not saying he would have been a bad penalty taker. I'm just saying that the way Tell took that, I don't see Brennan taking it in a similar fashion. I think he would have taken it in a different fashion. In terms of composure, Brennan's finishing doesn't come from composure; it comes off instinct. It's very different. When Brennan has too long to think about things, usually things go wrong. It's when he plays off instinct, one time finishes, that kind of thing. When he has very little time to think about things, that's when it goes right for him.
Have we seen Brennan take a penalty before?
Don't think so. Maybe for Wales. Maybe for Wales. I don't know.
Is he Wales' penalty taker? I think he is, isn't he?
Don't know.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe Wilson, I think.
But look, I think when it comes down to something like this, when two players are arguing, it always has to come down to the captain to make that decision and to stamp his authority and to make sure this doesn't go on for too long. And I think Kuti did a good job of that yesterday.
Yeah, and look, Johnson should back himself to score more goals. He doesn't have to get a hat-trick for a victory against Southampton. He'll have another opportunity for a hat-trick.
Yeah. Joel Kim says the first person that Bergvall runs to after his goal, which was later disallowed, was Son Heung-min. After the game, he also planted a kiss on Son's cheek. The love and respect he has for his captain, that's influence.
That's not Southampton. That's Europa League. That
clip. Is Europa League, that one.
But yeah, what was actually a shame though was the goal he scored was actually, I don't know if you can call it a bit of luck, but it was a bit of instinct and outstretched foot, but it did just guide it into the corner. It was actually a nice finish, even on instinct, and obviously that would have been his first Premier League goal, which was really disappointing. So lovely celebration as well, coming over to the fans. A shame that it didn't count.
Yeah. Mari7 saying he's limping. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he'll have a good rest until Thursday. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not moving totally all right, is he?
Yeah, he's got a bit of a limp there. If it was too serious, I doubt he walks around injured. Oh no, maybe he would. Who knows? Maybe it's, I don't know. Let's hope he's okay. It's tough to know.
There's just something not completely right about it.
I've seen players limp around like that and they're absolutely fine. It's just like after they've played a game of football, they there's always aches and pains and things like that. It might just be that, but it might be a genuine injury. I don't know.
Yeah, you've also heard Ange say we've come through completely unscathed, and then a player's out for a while as well.
Yeah, might be.
You also heard that. Blue Deer said Sonny comforts ? Brennan. What's going on over here?
He's probably just having a word with Brennan about the penalty, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This is after the game.
Captain's example.
Yeah. Just letting him know, look, hopefully there wasn't too many words saying, look, Brennan's smiling anyway at the end. I was wondering if Brennan was going to go over to celebrate with Tell after the penalty was scored, and he did. So I think I should put it to bed. Hopefully it's not really an issue.
Yeah, I think people just make too much of these kind of things. It's just a quick little conversation, light argument, and then you move on. They're all teammates.
It wasn't like what was it, Madueke and who was it? Was it Madueke and Jackson last year
Yeah.
in Chelsea when they had a proper fight?
But even
around
that's like put to bed quickly. I mean, these things happen in the heat of the moment. You know, it doesn't mean there's a big fallout.
But this was just like a little conversation. It wasn't like they were literally, Madueke was like wrestling the ball. They were wrestling the ball away from each other.
No, that's
ridiculous.
embarrassing.
That was embarrassing, yeah.
Ayudi says the way Lucas ran to his captain to celebrate his goals, VAR can F off.
Absolutely. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, it's a shame. It was a shame it got ruled out.
Oh, man. The love I have for Lucas Bergvall, man. It's just incredible. Next up is Kuti Son, the classic Sonny and Romero hug.
There you go. Love
after
that.
the game.
The band are getting back together. Come on.
This next one, this is the Ramsdale handball. Here it is. Ramsdale taking the ball away from Dom Solanke using his hand outside the penalty area. Yet
Look at that.
Any card. But that is
cynical, deliberate handball.
I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous.
He didn't even get anything. Didn't even get a booking. I couldn't believe it. I mean, he got, obviously it was a free kick, but I couldn't believe that he didn't get a card for that. I mean, that's the most deliberate handball you're likely to see. That doesn't get more deliberate than that.
Yeah.
Literally claws it away from him.
He knows he's outside the box as well. He knows he's outside the box and he just claws out for it.
I think you can see he knows because he gets straight back up. He claws it towards his foot and gets up because he knows he can't pick it up.
Yeah.
So he knows he's outside the box. I mean, it's absolutely nuts that wasn't given as at least a yellow.
Yeah. Spurs Web, this is VAR's explanation of the Bergvall disallowed goal. VAR checked the referee's call of a goal and established that Romero was in an offside position in the build-up and recommended that the goal was disallowed. So let's have a look at this.
Honestly, I mean, I'm just looking at his shoulder in the ground. I just don't see how his shoulder is above that red line. I know they're drawing a direct parallel. I just don't see it, though. How is his shoulder above the red line? How is that red line where his shoulder is? I just don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me.
Nah.
But that's where they're saying it is.
When they showed that image on the screen at the Tottenham Stadium, everyone just went mad.
Yeah, and just saw Angelo. What's going on there? Yeah, I mean, what to do? I mean, this is what we got to get used to. But you know, when they bring in semi-automated, it's going to be because now the rule is if these two lines are touching, it counts as onside. But it's not going to be that with the new semi-automated. It's going to be even if you're offside by the smallest of margins, you're offside.
The thing is, I don't mind if it's a right call and you get hard done by a millimeter. I don't mind that if the decision is straight away.
If it's quick, it's quick. Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
I don't mind if the decision's quick.
I don't know if you saw on La Liga on the I think it was La Liga on the weekends. Someone was offside with their ear.
Really? With their ear?
Their ear would cause them to be offside. How mad is that?
That is mad.
Through semi-automated.
I mean, it'll be frustrating, but at the end of the day, you can get over it if it's a really quick decision.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like these minuscule things and it's 5-6 minutes, it's just like, come on, just get on with the game. StatMuse says Brennan Johnson has scored 10 goals in the Premier League for the first time in his career. Big up to Brennan Johnson.
Oh, so he never scored 10 from Forest?
I thought he did the year before he joined us.
Yeah, I thought he did. Let me see that. Brennan. Premier League. Nope.
He scored 9, did he?
He scored 8.
Oh, 8.
8 and 3 assists. He got 11.
Yeah, he scored 18 in the Championship, didn't he?
Yeah. He scored 16 in the Championship. It says 16 goals and 10 assists in the Championship.
All right, fair play. Big up to Brennan Johnson. Next up from Sam Cornish says, this might be the most favourite photo I've ever taken this season.
Nice picture of Dom Solanke. Looks too lonely, though. That's kind of how he was in the second half, basically.
Yeah,
that was basically him in the second
lonely.
half.
He was surrounded by Southampton players. Next one from SZY Comps says, get him coached and we go places. 15 goals, 15 GAs last season, 20 GAs this season.
I mean, his output's improved, so from when he was at Forest. I mean, I don't know how much more you expect from him GAs. But it's very impressive. He's very good in the final third, in terms of in the box. You
say that, but I mean, like we said before, a 23-year-old that's only supposed to get better, and he's doing this at this kind of level, then he should be getting better, and he could be getting better.
No, but I don't understand. Get him coached. Like, what do you think they're doing?
Yeah, I think what people are just saying is what, our grievance with him. He gets those goal contributions and he just doesn't do much else. I know they've pointed out the goal contributions there, but I feel like if you have him doing the other things that we want to see him, like you've got a top player there. Ayudi says only one in the second half.
Yeah, that was a stat. On 75 minutes, we had one touch in their box in the second half. It was
mad. Against Southampton.
It was mad. We just couldn't get near them, which is just, I don't know how that happens.
Zeus is saying relegated 4 times, Mr. Aaron Ramsdale. So at one point, Arsenal fans were calling him the best goalkeeper in the Premier League.
Yeah, I always knew he was so average. Whoever signs him next, beware.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I wouldn't want to be his next club.
Oh, where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Leeds? Is he
if he stays at Southampton, they're going down again. They got to sell him.
I reckon one of the promoted
He's a
teams
curse.
buy him.
He's an absolute curse.
Yeah, he is. Tottenham Hotspur views from N17. Are these Sam Cornish specials again?
I think they're doing Cornish-like.
Because he was employed by Spurs for a bit.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he has been working with Spurs.
Oh, so maybe he is Cornish. He's so good, though, those Cornish photos.
He's a great photographer. Carly on you Spurs. This second half, Kulusevski just yawning.
Yeah,
literally. That's what the whole of the South Stand was like, just yawning all the way through that second half.
It was such a poor second half. God, so forgettable.
Zeus says, we won a game that resulted in the earliest ever relegation.
Come on, that's the trophy. I think that's 3 seasons in a row we've relegated a team.
Really?
Last season we relegated Burnley, and the season before we relegated Leeds on the last day.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
3 seasons.
I remember back in the day I went to the Valley. We relegated Charlton.
So we're the relegation killers. Come on.
If you come here, we'll relegate you.
Exactly.
Carly says, explain this. And that was the handball.
Yeah, nuts.
That we saw. It's just crazy. Spurs Army said, Tell steps up to score his first Premier League goal and seal the points for Tottenham. Really nicely taken penalty from Tell.
Yeah, I just like the composure. He was able to stumble his run up, step his run up, and just calmly slot it in. Very, very nice from Tell.
Spurs pictures that go hard. This is Brennan Johnson after he scored one of his goals yesterday. Lovely picture there.
That's a great picture. Good to see him smiling.
And I think that is that. That is it from Reacts. And I think that is it from us.